Hello once again, people of Facebook and YouTube now. Following on from the last video that I did, I thought I'd put together another little video talking about things that I'm practicing on the bass at the moment. And I'm also going to demonstrate a few things that some people have asked me for, so requests coming up soon. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the way in which we practice things. So it's very easy to build something into your practice routine and work on it, and then after a while you kind of wind up playing through it on autopilot, and quite often your brain is just disengaged from the thing that you're actually practicing. So I'm going to give you an example of something that I've practiced for years and a way that I've tried to make sure that my brain remains engaged with it. So the thing that I've been practicing for a long time is the arpeggios that arise from harmonizing the major scale. So if you take a C major scale and play an arpeggio, a seventh arpeggio from each note, you wind up with these chords: C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and then C major 7 again. And it's an exercise that I've played for many years. And I've done that for so many years that I've realised that I really just, a lot of the time, just wiggling my fingers and not really engaging my brain with what's going on. In fact, I can carry on talking to you and play the same exercise, and there's no music going on because I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm not aware of the chords, I'm not thinking about the notes or anything like that. So it's really just an exercise in wiggling my fingers. My fingers are getting warmed up for sure, and I'm playing harmonic and melodic things that are interesting, or useful at least, but my brain isn't engaged with that material. So something that I did a while back was to try and force myself to think about what I'm actually playing. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. So the first thing you can do is you can actually say out loud what you're playing. C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, etc, etc. So just make sure you're thinking about the actual chord that you're playing. That's just in relation to this exercise, of course. But what I did was I decided that I was going to drill down to a whole other level with this in terms of the content. And I'm a big enthusiast of learning things based on content rather than fretboard patterns. And of course that whole thing that I showed you a minute ago is really just a big pattern that I was playing from memory. So what I did was take each of those arpeggios and force myself to play them just on 2 strings. So then you have to think about the notes within each of those chords. So for C major 7, you have to think C, E, G, and B. Oh, see, I made a mistake already. There we go. D minor 7, D, F, A, and C. E minor 7, F major 7. You can see it's slowing me down. I'm having to think a little bit more. You can even take that to another level again. Do it all on 1 string. So C major 7. Come back down, D minor 7 maybe. E minor 7. F major 7. That's making me think about the notes within those chords. That's making me engage with that on a better musical level. So I guess my point with this is whatever you're practicing, make sure that you're actually getting the maximum amount from it. Someone said to me once that if someone hears you practicing, it should sound terrible because you should be doing the things that you can't do, and it shouldn't sound that great. And I can kind of see some logic in that. So that's an exercise that I've been working on just to try and get a bit more musical content out of it. Hope that's of some use to you. That concept can apply to anything. It doesn't have to be that exercise, just whatever it is you're working on. So after I've sort of worked on warm-ups and scales, arpeggios, things like that, things that improve general musicality, I typically work on a few songs and pieces that I enjoy playing or that I want to be able to play. And one of the ones that I've been talking about recently that I've been learning is The Lesson by Victor Wooten. And I'm going to play what I can of it at the moment. And I want to do that because I'm one of those people that typically puts videos up on Facebook and YouTube when everything's perfect and I've finished it and it's, I'm proud of it and I want to put it out there and I'm comfortable with the way it is. So I thought I'd put up something that's a work in progress so you can hear the ton of mistakes that I will make in this and the things that will go wrong. So I'm just going to play you through this. Probably going to take 2 or 3 minutes. So anyway, I hope you like it. Oh, that's about as far as I've got with it at the moment. And as you can tell, as you can hear, it's getting there, but it's in quite bad shape. So that needs a lot of work, and you can hear that there's some really tricky things in there, some really tricky chord shapes to move between. And I've been playing this for a couple of weeks now, and I've noticed massive improvement, but obviously still quite a way to go. Yeah, but really good fun. Really enjoying working on that. It's really giving my fingers a good stretch. Anyway, I had a few people email me some requests of some lines to demonstrate, so I'm just going to turn the reverb off my bass. Martyn Sloman emailed and said he had to learn Gimme Hope Jo'Anna by Eddy Grant for his function band, and he could do with some help with the bass line. So it's actually pretty simple. So in terms of the chord structure of this song, it's just chords 1, 4 and 5. It's in the key of B flat. So chord 1 is going to be B flat, chord 4 E flat, and chord 5 is going to be F. And in terms of the structure, we've got a bar of E flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's the first 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the chord progression, if you like, the root note chord progression. In terms of the bass line's actually quite interesting because it doesn't come in on beat 1 of each bar. You come in on the and of beat 2. And what you typically play is the 5th of whatever chord you're on, followed by 2 root notes. So if you're on a B flat chord, you're going to start on the 5th, which is going to be F. So I'm going to play this low F down here, and then onto the root note. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, like that. 1, 2. And what you're going to do there is play the first root note short, keep it staccato, and the second one you can let ring. And you do the same thing for each of those chords pretty much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's just an octave. That's the essence of the bass line, and from what I could tell, it doesn't really change too much throughout the entire song. I think, Martyn, you made a comment about shame you don't get to use your thumb too often when playing function gigs. This is the last track that you should be using your thumb on, so try to resist that. I did try slapping through it just for a bit of fun, and it doesn't suit it at all. I think I wrote the names of the people down. Paul Pallas asked how to play Where's Your Head At by Level 42. This is a 2-bar bass groove that pretty much runs throughout the majority of the song. I've got this written down in front of me. Okay, right, so. Okay, so let's slow that down. You've got 4 chords going on: E of some kind, to A of some kind, to G, and to D. That's the chord movement. I'll play the line slowly. So the first part, you got that. Involving the fretting hand slap that Mark does. And that's just some stuff on the A there. Onto the G. Hammer on. C to C sharp. That's the essence of it. There's a few little variations and things throughout the track, of course. That's pretty much the same thing all the way through. What's next? Oh, this one was difficult. Robert Mullener asked for a demonstration of the melody from Spain by Corea. I haven't played this for years and years and years, so I had to relearn this. But I took the opportunity to relearn this properly because I don't think I learned it particularly well before. And you can actually play much of this using the finger per fret system. There's a few places where you'll need to step outside. So I'm going to play this slowly. I am reading it at the same time, so please forgive a mistake or two. So we're on between frets 9 and 12, finger per fret. Into all that stuff. So I'll do that again slowly. Okay, so all of that, finger per fret. Need to step outside there a little bit. Okay, it's quite a tough riff to play, particularly at the tempo that it goes by at. So yeah, that's it slowly. Now what I've done, because I'm nice, is all the lines that I've just shown you, I've actually tabbed them out and I've put them together in a PDF. So if I carry on doing these videos, I'm going to work out a better way of getting this stuff out to you guys. But if you want to get hold of the PDF that's got these short transcriptions of Gimme Hope Jo'Anna, Where's Your Head At, and Spain, just drop me an email. I'll put my email address in the description below, and I'll send it across to you. And as I say, if I keep doing these things and there keeps being more and more PDFs to give out, I'll come up with some kind of way where we can put it somewhere for you to download. That'll make life a bit easier. The final one was from Charlie Wisdom. Charlie's an old student of mine from BIM, great bass player. Charlie did really well at BIM, and he asked me how to play, what's it called? The Victor Wooten tune. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's Oh, You Can't Hold No Groove. You don't ask for much. So it starts off, I'm just going to show you the first section that I can remember. Starts off with this chord, which is a D, E and a B flat. I spent years actually thinking it was just a C dominant 7th chord, but it's not, it's got a D in the bass. Tapped note, G on the 24th fret. And then got this lick. So there's a little double thumb there. Well, that's if you can get that together, that makes much of the rest of it makes sense. Got this funk double stop, gives you a G dominant 7th kind of a sound. Now the next part, what do we do? E, and then the A and G strings together. You kind of get an A minor 7 briefly there, although without the third in it. And then you've got this B flat 6, B flat, F, and an open G. So, and then it goes into some ghost notes. Now I think when I've seen Victor being asked about how to play those ghost notes before, he sort of brushed over it and said, "Oh, don't worry about it too much. Just however you can play them is fine." You know, so it's just really a rhythmic thing. And I think his point really is that the groove is more important than worrying about the exact technique of how you play these things. I play them slaps, pops, and some fretting hands. Victor did do a tuition video for this song that you could buy on his website. I bought it a few years ago, 10 years ago possibly, and I can't find it anywhere. But he did break that down a little bit better, as I recall. So maybe if you can find that would be a better instruction on this. So what did we get to? All the same stuff again, and then there's a... So that's a C major sound, first inversion, E and C, up to a D, have these, what are the chords? Hideous. So that's C and B flat over there, and the A if you can reach it. And then go up to this one, which is C, D, C, and B flat. Minor third, major third, root. That's a difficult tune. That's all I can remember. Hope that helps, Charlie. Okay, hope you enjoyed watching this video. Just kind of some stuff that I've been up to today, and dealing with a few requests as well. If you have any other requests, any lines that you want some help with, or any theory concepts, bass related stuff, whatever, it appears that I have some time to do things like that now, so just let me know. Okay, stay safe guys, see you soon.